Praise your name, warfare. We are again tonight, which is 3 nights later from Sunday. Is my calculation right?
Yes, sir.
Here we are on YouTube. Let's go to the other social media's website. It's known as Facebook. And let's grab our people. On Facebook. Praise the warfare.
Praise the Lord.
Here we are on Facebook. Now we have the two worlds. The two worlds that are going to win. WIN. Did I say Shalom Aleichem?
Aleichem Shalom.
And that's to all of the children of Yod and Wav.
Yes.
In particular, the two tribes that are sojourning here in the United States of North America today, of which one of the two that is now being called, quote, Judah, Judah. Kind of hard to pronounce with the J.
Yeah, yes.
Judah, with the J in English, with their J. It's not our J. As well as the other tribe that's known as Lavi. That's easier to pronounce because there is an L, a Lamed in Hebrew. Also known as Levi, that has now joined Judah, that came from an island in the Caribbean seas called Haiti, also known today as Haitians, Lavi. Nevertheless, I especially would like to greet Judah with Shalom Aleichem. That is, of course, deemed as the fourth tribe of Israel. There's 12 tribes of Israel, 12 in total, that came from the 12 sons of Yaakov. You can confirm that in the book called Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 28, that started at verse 1. Verse 28 confirms that all 12 of those sons became a tribe of Israel, 12 tribes of Israel. So you can confirm it in that book, in chapter and verse. And of course, the fourth tribe is the ruling tribe of the 12, the chief ruler. Just as that is also recorded in their Bible, as Judah recorded in their royalty, and is now read in the King James Version of the Bible's book called First Chronicles, in chapter 28 and verse 4, which is also the tribe that the Christ chose to spring out of, a womb from that tribe, right? Just as that is proven and recorded in the same Bible's New Testament book of the Hebrews, in chapter 7 and verse 14, who is the very same one whom Pilate and his Roman soldiers called, I quote, the king of the Yehudites, end quote. They have it printed in the Bible as the king of the Jews with their J. Right? That's how it's read in the same Bible in the book called Mark, chapter 15. Again, quote, the king of the Jews, end quote. In Mark chapter 15 and verses 2 through 26, you can make a note and read that, and you'll see I speak the truth. It was a lie that they printed it. They printed the lie in their Bible. However, you're being encouraged to make a choice to read those scriptures. You should read them. Write them down and make a note and read them on your own to confirm this truth for yourself during your study. So even you can know who the tribe of Judah is today, which is, of course, the very same tribe that's now being called Yud Hed Wav Dalet Yud Hed Wav He. Yud Hed Wav Dalet Yud Hed Wav He in Hebrew today, and Yehudi Yahweh in English, the new name, especially after the fulfillment of Revelation chapter 2 and verse 17. That's been fulfilled. And evenly so are the rest of the 10 tribes of the nation of Yod Wav He that are being called Yud Shin Resh Aleph Yod Wav He. Yod Shin Resh Aleph Yod Wav He in Hebrew today, and in English is known as Yisra Yahweh. Right?
Yes, sir.
We have Yehudi Yahweh and we have Yisra Yahweh. In English, formerly known as Israel. So those who are over in the Middle East, dwelling in the land, the old name Israel, then that confirms that they are a bunch of liars and they are not part of prophecy, not to inherit that name. They are in prophecy, but not to inherit the name. They are in prophecy to be destroyed. Every single soul on this planet is in prophecy and cannot avoid it, escape it. Every soul of the 7.8 billion people or so that's on this planet, some they're not counting. The world will be this kind of 7.7 and so 100,000, but I'm saying it's over 7.8 billion people on this planet because all are not being counted. But every soul, whether they're being counted or not, as long as they're living and breathing the air on this planet, they have to succumb and submit to the fulfillment of prophecy. They cannot avoid it. Even those who want to ignore me, they're fulfilling prophecy. It calls them ignorant and foolish, fulfilling prophecy. But these addresses and greetings that I have extended to both Yehudi Yahweh and Yisrael Yahweh are from our own people. Shalom Aleichem. In fact, Azan Shema, She'edi Yesh Azan Shema, Ye Yehuda, Yaakov, and Yisrael, Torah Rabakara, Boel, Slon Elohim, Yod Wav He. Azan, Slon Elohim, Yod Wav He, Nathan, 8th. That is Hebrew. And that is, of course, was translated into English, as we said a few moments ago. We just said it. I quote, peace be unto ye. Hear, hearken to the remnant. Hear, hearken ye, the remainder that there is of Judah, Jacob, and Israel. Thank you for calling. You are welcome to come to your God, Yahweh. Hear, hearken to your God, Yod Wav He. The time has come. The TNMC and MN is come. It's been revealed.
Yes, it is.
Right? Mm-hmm. And to you, Levi, Lavi, to my so-called Haitian people of Israel, who were captured by the French, that are in and are of France, of Italy. Doesn't it say France of Italy?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
France of Italy. That's who captured Lavi?
Mm-hmm.
The French.
Yeah. It was. It was.
Where over 63 million of those French potato frying bastards of that land are now being judged and killed by plague. The fifth of one of my 7 angels released from a scientific vial. Or did they know that? That's right. I call them a bunch of French frying potato bastards. French potato frying bastards of the land. French fries. Oh, they captured my people of La Vie. But little did they know that my seventh angel, the last plague, he poured out a vial over their heads. Even the fifth angel poured out a vial. The seventh angel is more deadlier than the fifth angel. That means there's another plague coming after this one. That's the good news. The bad news is after that plague, the Mount Ob comes and finish it off with over 20,000 spaceships that they call UFOs today. Over 20,000. And there's absolutely nothing that any Air Force of any government could do on this planet to stop it.
Space
Can't
Force
stop
either.
them. Can't get past the force field.
Space Force either.
No Space Force.
Camouflage.
Nothing can get and penetrate
Crazy.
and destroy those ships. So that's
Oh well.
the bad news. I think it's safe to say they'd rather have a plague of a coronavirus or a virus that you have not even heard of yet that they're going to be facing soon before the summer. I promise you that. I'm just making an announcement tonight. I'm giving them a heads up. So if you're watching, your Washington District of Columbia officials of this government and all governments of this planet, if you're watching me, my soul, on this vision that was promised you would see me on a vision, book called Revelation, I'm giving you a heads up now. Your CDC, there is a virus, a plague coming that you have not seen before since Egypt. And you were not back in the days of Egypt, so you have no idea what it is. But you will discover it. Your scientists are going to be baffled trying to put it through a microscope, trying to figure out what kind of blood cells these are and what kind of animals these are, things that are moving around in this blood that's going to be poured out of a hatch, a door from a vial, like a scientific vial, as a fifth angel just released on this planet. And that fifth angel that was a twin of the second set of twins. See, the fifth angel is twin of two sets, Yod and He. And that twin of the second set of my angels hovered above all of their French heads in France as they stood and walked upon the earth. Especially when that fifth angel opened a door that is likened to a hatch that's attached to what they call a, again, quote, UFO.
Yes, sir.
No such thing.
Bring him on.
No such thing as a UFO. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that UFO stands for unidentified flying object.
Yeah.
No such
By
thing.
definition.
I said that before. I'm going to remind them again. Ye who I knew, never heard that before. There is no such thing as a UFO. Can you see these words coming out of my mouth? My mouth? No such thing as a UFO, unidentified flying object. For how in hell can something be unidentified
It's flying around.
when you just identify it as an object that flies around? And you say it's unidentified. How foolish are you? Unidentified fly. You just identified it as a flying object. It's only because you hadn't made it. That's why you don't know what it is. If you don't know who it is, what it is that you didn't make, then you have to know it was made by the God of the Hebrews. He's the only one who can do it. So since you didn't make it, then you should call it a celestial flying object, a flying machine that was made by the God of the Hebrews, that you call a flying saucer, also known as a spaceship. Known to us, though, truly as a celestial flying saucer that is made of several chemical elements. And you wonder how that they are now calling, quote, the coronavirus, end quote, arrived in France. You wonder how it arrived in France. Wasn't a tourist. It wasn't a French fry either. Neither did was being called the coronavirus and or the COVID-19. COVID -19. Neither did that virus arrive in France by way that you think was a passenger ship or passenger ships that are all a bunch of liars who said that that happened that way. And by the way, those passenger ships of today are much larger today than the slave ships that transported both the tribes of Judah and Levi from the west shores of the continent of Africa, right? Africa is not a country, it's a continent. And both Levi and Judah Yehuda were in that continent when they were captured. And that occurred in and during the 15th and 16th centuries when it began. Even as recent as the 17th, 18th, and 19th centuries, they were first taken to many of the Caribbean islands, as both Judah and Levi, Yehuda and Levi was taken to Hispaniola and Cuba by the French and the Spanish. Que la peso versoso. Que la pre soivez-vous? Que la pre soivez-vous? Bonjour la vie, merci beaucoup pour auteur Ali. Naum moyen la pour or merci. La PC con vosotros, Judah. Gotta speak to all of my people.
Yes.
Some cannot speak English. Even our English-speaking people can't speak English. Speak English Creole. I'm still trying to figure out what a bathroom is. No, I don't. What's a bathroom? A bathroom. And how did he get whale over there? What's a whale over there? A whale in the air? I thought whales were in the sea. Now we got a whale over in the air. Whale over there. And what's a kilt? How he was kilt? I thought a kilt was a skirt to the Scottish. He was kilt. I mean, he wore a dress to the party. See, that's English Creole or Judah. Anyway, our people, they've forgotten their own natural tongue, Hebrew. La PC con vosotros. In Spanish. Que la paix soit avec vous. Bonjour la vie. Merci beaucoup pour autant relais. Non, moyen la pour au merci. And that is now dwelling over the islands of Puerto Rico and Cuba and Hispaniola and Haiti, Port-au-Prince. A few also in Mexico. All over the place. Brazil. We have people.
Yeah.
Shalom Aleichem from the Zestra Lodge, my people. Shalom Aleichem from the nation that bears several powerful dictums. That's D-I-C-T-U-M-S, dictums. And one that's empowering our nation's motto, which is one God, one mind, one ahad, and one action. Right?
That's right.
Right. One action. So Shalom Aleichem tonight, as I greeted last Wednesday night and this past Sunday night, and as I always do, to the same people, for the same reasons, as it now succumbs to the very same results. In other words, I'll open this pre-session of our testimony tonight the very same languages as I have for the past few pre-sessions, which are 4 different languages that I'm using again tonight in order for me to address all of my people of Israel today, Israel Yahweh, that are associated with each of those 4 different languages today, which is a nation of Hebrew Israelites that consists of, as I mentioned, 12 tribes that makes up the entire nation of Yod Wafe, of which, of course, Shalom Aleichem, peace be unto ye in Hebrew, is the native language of all Hebrew Israelites, even of those 10 of the 12 tribes over in Israel today that are still speaking Hebrew over in the Middle East today, that Yehuda Yahweh has now forgotten And so much until it now puts my soul in position to say to Judah today, peace be unto you, Judah. Peace be unto you. In English. It would be so nice to just say Shalom Aleichem. And they comprehend that. Some do. So also some of Judah has joined Islam. They joined a religion. It's religion. We're not a religion. We don't believe or practice a religion. But some of our people have went and ventured over to Islam. But Muhammad ibn Abdullah, what he created. Right? That's what he created. So they're saying Assalamu alaikum.
Right.
Assalamu alaikum, alaikum salam.
Mm-hmm.
And don't own no oil or no oil well over in Saudi Arabia.
No whatsoever.
They own no oil gas stations in the Middle East. And don't even realize who know who Ishmael was. Have no idea. And I have not read in the Bible whether any son of Ishmael was taken into captivity and placed in slavery in the United States.
No.
I may have missed it. You just gotta, if you know of the scriptures, show it to me.
Left them in the desert, didn't
In the desert. But you know, I've read it, but I may have missed it. If you can show me in the Bible where one son of the 12 princes of Ishmael was taken into captivity by the English and became strangers in strange land that's not theirs.
Mm-mm.
Although they were now the grandsons of Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
So if I missed it, maybe it's in the Quran. Now, you know, I haven't read the Quran. It could be in the Quran that a tribe of Ishmael, maybe the fourth son, was taken into captivity by the English-speaking people. Right? No? You got to help me out now. You know, y'all supposed to be helping me here. No?
Yeah.
No, it's something. I'm at the round table again here in Miami, Florida, United States. And I have a lot of heads shaking east and west, saying no, they hadn't seen it. I'm not alone then.
No.
Not alone.
Not alone.
But it would be so nice to say Shalom Aleichem to all of you who
Shalom.
and they wish me right back. And Aleichem Shalom.
Oh.
Now keep in mind now that there are a few 100,000 of my people of Jews that were sold to the mankind of Spain.
Wow. Sure enough.
And that will explain why you heard me say a few moments ago to Judah that was taken into the Latino islands of Cuba, Puerto Rico, and Santo Domingo, and to the country of Brazil, I mentioned, and have now been taught the Spanish idiom, even Spanish Creole. I also placed my soul in the position to say to my Spanish-speaking tribal children of Yehudites, La pese con vosotros. La pese con vosotros. In Espanol. It's wishing you peace. I pray that you come to the United States if you are there. Come to Miami. Come to Miami and join us in our new world, our fresh world. We're going to explain that in a moment. The title of this video on YouTube, for those who would be interested in going to it and looking for it, the title of our YouTube video of tonight's pre-session is called The Two World Wins. The Two World Wins. And that's W-O-R-L-D, world, and W-I-N-S, wins. That's also in the Bible as whirlwinds. Sound alike, but it's spelled differently. Anyway, as I extend my greeting, I'm also going to do that for the other 195 nations of the United Nations. And I'm going to do so by saying, hello. 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 And your health is getting lower and lower in the coronavirus. As a result, lower and lower.
That's right.
Lower and lower. Hello. It's all because of Hillel that's making it go low. He lied to you. Can you imagine over 16,000 lies since January 20th, 2017?
Oh.
Even when he held up his hand and put his on the two Bibles, his Bible and the one that was given from Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln. Huh? When he was holding up his hand, he was lying. His hand lied. Who ever heard of a hand lying?
Right.
I mean, they do sign languages, You can lie doing sign languages, See, I'm lying right now because I haven't perfected sign language. So whatever I'm saying now in sign language, because you have those people when they have an emergency, they stand in the back of the governor, the mayor, and they be doing this for the closed caption, hearing impaired. And they be, so I'm lying right now because I have no idea what I'm saying. But if I say something that's a lie, then please excuse me. I didn't mean it. I'm the spirit of truth. I didn't mean to lie with my hand like Trump did. Even when he walked down from off the steps that cold day in January of 2017, he lied. Walking down the steps, he lied. You can look at him and say, that's a lie. He walking down, but that's a lie. I don't believe it. Because he wasn't walking like human anyway. See, that's not a lie. He was walking, he digitigrade. So even that was a lie. He was walking as human. He wasn't walking as a human. It's a lie. He was walking as a digitigrade. A beast, the beast of the field. All right? Anyway, enough of him. That's going to be proven soon, too. It's not a threat. It's prophetical. We just said all prophecies being fulfilled. Better read Revelation chapter 12, verse 9. It's going to be fulfilled. Cast out. With that said now and at this time, please allow me to introduce my soul to many. Remind my very soul to several and address my soul to a few. Exactly who I am to all of you. Even as I continue to deploy upon this planet, mine 7 angels that were created by 5 Hebrew characters of my celestial name. And they are from right to left. Mem, Yod, Kaf, Yod, Hed, Wav, He. That's who they are. Part of my name. They come from my name. And regardless of their deadly and destroying attributes, all 7 would like to welcome you, all of you, to our very first edition, a precession of our fresh year. Isn't that something?
It really is.
It was just like the other day we were saying we have 19 more sundowns to go. Right? That was even last month, in February, that month. Right? 19 more, because this is the 11th month, the 11th day of the third month, right? March. So I think it's safe to say when we said 19 more sundowns ago, we was in February. Now look where we are tonight, the sundown, the second day of our first month. And this welcome is also being extended by the 2 witnesses of the same soul that's read in the book called Revelation, chapter 11 and verses 3 through 12. Thereby, as we prepare now to move on towards our agenda for tonight, you know what we got to do at this time, right? And especially if you plan to stay with us and take out your study tools. If you plan to stay with us in the company of all the others that are going to join us until the end, then take out your study tools. That's your King James Version Holy Bible, your Strong's Exhaustive Concordance, your Synonym Finder. Still looking for that synonym finder. You're going to look up some synonymous words. I have mine. I did it already. But you're going to look for your synonym finder and your dictionary, unabridged dictionary, collegiate, encyclopedias. And most importantly, as always, please take notes. Grab something to write with. Grab a sheet of paper and take notes, a booklet, notebook, etc. You know what your library consists of, your study tools. Now, with that done, let me pause here for just another moment or two to welcome those who just joined us. I'm looking at the dashboard now and see that we've been joined by several more. Just joined us. So welcome, those that just joined us. On Facebook, a live stream, not sure of YouTube, but we welcome you. joined us for our very first Wednesday's edition of Pre-Session. And for the record, this pre-session is numbered as what? 130. There are some keeping record. 130. And that is, of course, a continuance from our last scheduled session that was held this past Sunday night that was numbered as 129. In order, let all things be done decently and in order. Right? That's 1 Corinthians 14:40. And as a reminder, this past Sunday was constituted at sundown as the 29th day of our 12th month that now makes tonight sundown, as we said a moment ago, the beginning of the second day of this first month, which is of Yodewave's calendar, and our fresh year, 6023. And those who are hard-headed, they made this night, their night, 6024. That means that they have stepped ahead of time. So they have become gods over Yodewave. And I read in the Bible that Ma'ab is jealous.
Yes, he is. Very.
A jealous God. Somewhere in the book called Exodus, he said, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me. For I, Yodewave, am a jealous God.
Exodus 20.
Visiting the iniquity of the children, of the fathers, the third and fourth generation of those that hate me." So that means they hate him. But showing mercy to thousands of them that love him and keep his commandments. Praise Yodewave.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
They made it 6024 only because they read my Ob's books wrong.
Right. Exactly.
They read them wrong. They were copywritten during one year, but they added the next year. Although they also going by the shepherds that are leading them.
Yes. That's what they're going by.
They're going by Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 13. Will someone read that, please? Actually, start at verse 10. Isaiah chapter 29, that's our first scripture for the night. Our first passage. Isaiah chapter 29, read begin at verse 10 to 13, because they're fulfilling verse 13, but we got to get the foundation.
Quote, "For Yodewave have poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep,
Deep sleep. Wow. And what happened?
and have closed your eyes.
Uh-huh.
The prophets and your rulers, the seers, have he covered."
That's the verse. That's verse 10.
Yes, sir.
Now read verse 11, please. And let's see what happens when they open the book. See, they read his books wrong. And instead of them confessing that they didn't know how to read the book, they gained more ego. Read the next verse, 11. Read what happened when they read the book, or when they was given the book. What happened?
"And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed."
See? This book is a book called Daniel.
Let's see.
Not Revelation. It's called Daniel because that's what time was sealed. We're going to learn on Sunday night.
Yes.
So what was sealed? Read that. Read on, please.
"Which men deliver to one that is learned, saying,
What?
Read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot."
See, he humbled himself.
Yeah, he did.
And say, "I can't read it." If you want to read it,
Right.
or if you want to hear of it, then call this number, 831
That's it.
221 6177.
Homeless.
On Wednesday nights at 7. Used to be Sunday nights at
So
7.
that's just Wednesday.
Eastern Standard Time. And he'll read it for you.
173.
All right? Read the next verse.
You want me to finish this one?
Finish that one.
"For it is sealed."
It was sealed. From Daniel chapter 12, verse 4. It was sealed. Now read the next verse, please.
"And the book is delivered to him that is not learned,
The same book.
There you go.
saying,
What?
Read this,
Uh-huh.
I pray thee.
And what did he say?
And he said, I am not learned.
See, you won't even try to read it.
Yeah, he just humbled himself.
Because I don't know what time is. I don't know what
Right.
time means.
Right.
Right.
Don't know what it means.
He's supposed to.
But after he got done with all those, see, this is the one he's not satisfied. This is the one who has the ego.
Yeah.
He went to two people that are humble.
Right.
Two.
Right.
And both told him, can't read it. So what did he do? He went to the others in verse 13. Who are they?
Wherefore, Mem Yod Kuf Yodewate said,
What?
For as much as this people draw near me with their mouth.
See with their mouth, and they say praise the Lord.
Yes.
They say praise Yahweh, but Yahweh have no idea who it is.
Right.
But they're also speaking of me.
Yeah, it's the same time.
Right.
Don't have no idea
We know it
with their mouth.
with their mouth.
But when they notice and when it's being announced to them that's part of me, then what do they say? But they do what?
There you go.
And with their lips do honor me.
Yes, but what?
But have removed their heart far from me.
Is that true or not? Praise the
Praise
Lord.
the
Look what the
Lord.
word is
He's a
saying.
witness.
Huh?
Witness. True witness.
That's alive.
That is. I
Yes,
just
it is.
experienced.
That's alive. Torah, that was Kabaya who read that Kabaya. Now you're going to hear, like I mentioned during all of our pre-sessions, you're going to hear the voices of some angels tonight. You will not be able to see them in this vision, but you'll be able to hear them as prophesied in the book called Revelation. With that said, I'm going to repeat once again, as I promised, on this Sunday, this past Sunday at sundown. I said we will be faced with tonight, the second day of the first month of our 6,023 solar year. That is of Unit Warfare's calendar. That's where we are tonight. And for the record, because it's being recorded, according to their Gregorian calendar, tonight is constituted by their calendars as Wednesday, March 11th, 2020, right?
Right.
Yes.
And I'm being reminded, I was reminding me to share with you, I don't know if you heard, but last night as I was sitting in my living room in Miami, Florida, which was, of course, last sundown was the beginning of the first day.
Yes.
Now, in the dead world, in the devil's world, they call it New Year's Day.
No gunshot.
All right? I ain't hear no gunshots. I ain't hear no fireworks. I ain't see no parades. I ain't hear no balloons popping and whistles blowing. I ain't hear nobody toast and say Happy New Year.
None of that.
None of that. And that's going for our people. Our people didn't do that. But they did it this past December 31st at 12 o'clock, midnight. 11:59. They did it 11:59, December 31st, 2019. And they did it all the way up until January 2nd, they were still shooting.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, by then they weren't shooting up in the air, they were shooting one another.
Yeah.
But I didn't even hear anyone shooting one another last night.
Mhm.
At New Year's, it was quiet.
Nice and quiet.
Isn't it sad how Judah, our dead-minded Jacob, Judah-minded people will celebrate the devil's New Year and wouldn't even recognize their own. Even as we go tireless and testify to them of the truth of our solar time and year. That's why the Christ said, one of the reasons why, several reasons, but that's one of several reasons why he said, pray that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. And now you see why. 2/3 of all the land shall be cut off and die because they celebrate the devil's paganism. And we try to reach out to them, but they won't listen. They ask us another question. Well, you may want to know now, why is this correct calculation of Yom? Yeah, why is this correct calculation of Yom? Remember Yom?
Yes.
Yod, Wav, Mem, Sophie.
Yes.
Yod, Wav, Mem, Sophie. Why is it so important? You know, Yom means days, months, weeks, years.
Yes.
Calculation.
Mhm.
Why is it so important? And we gave the answer to that question on Sunday night, this past Sunday night, remember?
Mhm.
Okay. And for those who did not get the answer, it's because you can keep the law, the most important feast out of all three that we are to observe each year. It's called what?
It's
Feast
The
tabernacle.
Feast of Tabernacles.
Yes.
I'm being told that we should read it again tonight. It's a law. We must read it again tonight. So someone turn to Leviticus chapter 23 and read verses 34, 35, and 36. It pays for us to be obedient to our
Yes, it does.
unit walking. Leviticus chapter 23. We're encouraging those who have joined us. You have your study tools now, especially your Bible. Read along with us so you can see for yourself what's happening. You have it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
7 days ye shall offer an offering.
Start at verse 34, Leviticus chapter 23.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
See who it was designed and made for? The children of Israel. The what? And say what?
Saying, the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the feast of tabernacles.
Mm-hmm.
For 7 days unto Yod-Heh-Waaveh.
Mm-hmm.
On the first day shall be an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
I mean, you don't work for any devils or no one.
Yes, sir.
You can sweep your house,
Yeah. Right.
but you don't work for no one to get paid.
Right.
Servile work. Don't work, and after you work, you expect to get pay, money. Don't like that. It's against the law. Against that law. Read on.
7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yod-Heh-Waaveh.
Mm-hmm.
On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you.
Uh-huh.
And ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yod-Heh-Waaveh. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein.
Praise the Lord.
Praise Yod-Heh-Waaveh.
And we're going to do that. We're going to do some of that tonight.
Yes, sir.
I don't mean we're going to burn buildings down and make a fire, but we're going to offer an offering made by fire.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes,
We're
sir.
going to do that. Anyway, those 7 angels are what created the Feast of Tabernacles. Did you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
The very same 7 angels of my celestial name are what created this Feast of Tabernacles. This tabernacle is a man. He's a being.
This is
I mean, this tabernacle, this Feast of Tabernacles pertains to and identifies all 7 angels that are one celestial being. All 7 angels that are of one celestial being. That are all of only one self. That creates the existence of your host of this precession. Of which that celestial name is known in English as Mika Yahweh. Again, that's made up of 5 Hebrew characters, 2 of the 5 positioned twice, and that makes up 7 positions. And those 7 positions are the same as those 7 angels. We must stress this
Yes.
and make this emphasis so the devils will know. And all 7 were created by 7 Hebrew positions of mine celestial name. That's my heavenly name. Again, they are from right to left. From right to left. From right to left. They are Mem, Yod, Kaf, K, Kaf, Yod, a twin, Hey, a first twin, Wab, and Hey, the second twin. 2 sets of twins, identical. And furthermore, these 7 angels are also the prophetical destroyers that I read in the King James Version Holy Book called Revelation in chapter 16. I repeat, you must hear this. These 7 angels are also the prophetical destroyers that are read in the King James Version Holy Bible's book called Revelation in chapter 16. And you can read that. I'm going to go over one of those 7 in a few moments. And they are the very same 7 angels that has come to take away a particular she, S-H-E, that was in the wilderness, still is, with her child, painted to be delivered, that hath borne 7 languisheth, and have now given up the ghost, right? Ghost, G-H-O-S-T, which is an allegory for the God of hosts. That all 7 are each of the 7 days of a week that languishes for each day of their week. That's week to week. W-E-E-K to W-E-A-K. Even as these 7 angels has now come to give strength to this she, the sun-clad woman. That all 7 has already proven that they can do that. Nevertheless, I'm here on this planet with more than those 7 angels. Uh-oh. Here we go. We knew that was coming. You gotta look sharp. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Fasten your seatbelt as I sit in back of this window with the air, the breeze blowing. Actually, I sit in front of this window. I'm sitting in front of this window with the breeze blowing. The window's in back of me. That means the wind is in back of me. You see the trees moving, the leaves moving?
Wheels at your back.
I said, I am here on this planet with more than those 7 angels. Now, with that proclaimed, let's go back for a moment or two, for the sake of those that may have just missed what we said a moment ago, or missed what was said at the beginning of our pre-session for tonight, as we now take a look at several factors that are connected to the events and the fulfillment of all prophecies that was promised by the Christ to occur today during this generation that shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled that he said would be fulfilled. Beginning with what is now known as the coronavirus, the COVID-19, which is truly a plague.
Yes.
And I can bring upon these plagues as often as I will, according to what we warned ye of in Revelation chapter 11 and verse 6. It was said that the 2 witnesses can do that.
Right.
And these 2 witnesses are here, sitting right here with ye. As I remind all of my people of Israel, especially Yehuda, I'm going to remind you of these words once again tonight that are recorded in Revelation chapter 18 and verse 1. I would like for you to read Revelation chapter 18. I'm going to tell you when to stop because I just promised this planet that they would hear a voice and voices of angels of Revelation. Here you're about to hear another voice. You heard one voice? Now you're about to hear another voice. You heard 2 voices. Now you're going to hear one of the same 2 voices again. Read that, please.
And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power.
See, it making you think that this is another angel, separate from the other angel,
Right.
of a different being. This is one of those special Hebrew characters of my special name that are angels. There's 7. Remember, I just said there's 7.
Yes, sir.
From right to left again, Mem, Yod, Kaf, Yod, and Wav, He. This is the 7th angel. Come down from heaven, having what?
Great power.
See, that great power is 7. It's got, in order for this to have great power, this angel, it's got to be 7. The greatest power, perfected. And what?
And the earth was lightened with his glory.
The earth, not this planet, And the reason why I was lightened with his glory is because that light, it gives off 7 days a week. 7. Verse 2, please.
And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying,
Babylon the Great is fallen. Is fallen. And has become the habitation of devils. And the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the New York Stock Exchange and the Dow has crashed and plummeted. The earth are waxed and I'm waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Read on, verse 4.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying,
Come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues of the coronavirus, the COVID-19, and one that you have not seen yet. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Mem Yod Kaf Yud has remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. And the cup which she had filled to her double. How much she has glorified herself as the greatest nation on this planet, the most powerful, and live deliciously.
Yes, they do.
So much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sent a queen. Can't no one destroy the United States. And I'm no widow. We're going to prosper. Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Yeah. Favorite line.
And she'll see no sorrow. You're going to recover from the coronavirus.
Right.
Don't panic. I say to you tonight, therefore, shall her plagues come in one day. Death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For the strong is Mem Yod Kaf Yud who judgeth her.
Oh, praise you. Praise you. Good.
Period.
Praise you.
Now go back with me for a moment as I bring to life verse 6 today by repeating the following words. Follow me back to verse 6.
Yes, sir.
Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled to her double. I'm going to fill to her double begin tonight. And I started on Sunday night, the foundation. That's why I broke up time. So now for the first time tonight, by the power of T.I., M.N., and M.C.I., me, we are going to introduce 2 more of my death angels that are connected to the original 7. And are also connected to my soul. And those 2 angels are Mem Sophie and the final, or the final Mem. Your choice, Mem Sophie or the final Mem, who is truly the angel standing at the open gate of Mem to close the gate. I'm now bringing Mem into prophecy to get ready to close the gate.
Praise. Praise the Lord.
Praise
That's it.
the
And once that gate is closed, like the door to the ark, you can knock if you want, but you will not be able to get in. My arm is going to seal Mem shut tight like he did the ark of Noah. When he closed that gate, it's already appointed. It's already at an appointed season when he's going to do that. I told you. Didn't tell them to come. Did not tell them to come down to Florida.
Oh,
Lord.
Right.
Now you can turn on the news media and you can see the troops of the National Guard are now being deployed.
All over the country. Different.
And soon they're going to be deployed at state lines and they're going to turn cars back and say, where are you going? With masks on their faces. And M16s in their hands say, turn around and go back. Where you come from? Where you live? They're going to look at the tag on the car. If it's not that state's tag, right, go back around. Even if it's a state tag, stay in the state.
Right.
If it's another state, go back where you came from. Go back that way. Go back north, east, south, wherever you come from, west. Go back. I am not making this up.
Yes.
So,
Hard headed. I said, come.
Praise
They want to stay with babies and my sweetheart.
Yeah.
Honey, I ain't gonna leave you.
Job.
No, you got to worry about that. I'm gonna stay right here with you. Want some Kool-Aid? I'm gonna fix you some chicken. I'm gonna fix dinner for you tonight. Turn off the lights. Light a candle. Huh? Baby, I'm gonna do it to you tonight. I gotta wait till my daughter graduates from college. I ain't going under yet. Wait till my daughter graduate. She's gonna be a doctor. Of what?
Exactly.
Oh, of the coronavirus.
Go find the cure.
They probably gonna need
Find a
plenty of
cure.
help.
Right. Yeah. You're banking on that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Go ahead. Stay there. Hard-headed. It's prophetical.
Yes, it is.
I see Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. I showed ye things to come.
Sure have.
He did.
And here it is. And we're going back years since we've been on telestudy
Yes, indeed.
and now pre-session. And here we are. It's come. And all we can do is when we hear them, we have our generators. I said generators, not one. We have our fuel,
Come on.
huh? And we have our shotgun for those who want to come and try and
Come
take
on.
it. Or did I say shotgun? Okay, shotguns.
Plural.
For those who want to try and come and take it or come take some gas. You have gas already, you better eat some beans. You got your gas. But listen, we have our candles, we have our cigarette lighters,
Yeah.
we have our gas masks. What sense does it make for me to tell you what to do and I don't do it myself?
Right.
right.
Perfect example.
That's ludicrous.
You're the example.
We're ready.
Oh,
Right. So now we're going to introduce Mem, didn't we?
yes.
Sophie.
Mem
Yes,
Sophie.
Sophie.
Amen.
You can't even guess who the other one is. They're mine. These are two of mine. Adds up to the 7 that equals 9. See, 9, mine.
Hmm.
You got it?
Got it.
Okay.
Right. Got it.
The second is Kaf Sophie, or the final Kaf.
Got him. Got him.
Kaf Sophie, who is truly the most ferocious of the first Kaf.
Wind blowing.
Yes, you know,
Tearing
Kaf,
stuff up.
the first Kaf is a wind blower.
Wind. Tear up
This
everything.
second Kaf is ferocious.
Mm.
How? Because the final Kaf is the god of whirlwinds and other winds, W-I-N-D-S. W-I-N-D-S, like catastrophic or category 6 hurricanes.
Unheard of.
See, you felt or you met Kaf, but I didn't introduce him back in September of 2019. This old planet met Kaf, but I did not introduce Kaf.
Mm-mm.
Kaf was introduced, or you met him, whom the meteorologists of the world call from the meteorologist stations a hurricane.
Right.
But I called for Kaf from heaven last September. From heaven. You have to know what heaven is. And I have witnesses who know I can call from heaven what I want, and they come. Just like I called Michael in 2018, he came from the south to go up to the north of Florida, the Panhandle. So I called for Kaf from heaven, and he came last September. which of course is the 9th month, right,
Yes.
That's right.
of their calendar,
I remember.
and brought with him when Kaf came, when Kaf Sophie came, Kaf Sophie, the final Kaf, when he came, he brought with him a ferocious whirlwind that they named. I didn't name it. His name is Kaf. But they named his fury, quote, Hurricane Dorian, end quote. And the final Kaf also brought with him ferocious whirlwinds that they once called the enhanced Fuita.
Yeah. Mhm.
Quote, enhanced Fuita, end quote. Tornadoes
Mhm.
that are judged on a wind speed or parameter scale. See, the enhanced Fuita that they got from a Japanese fella, that's not, that says Fuita, that's what they changed it, but his name is not pronounced that with a Y. But that's a tornado. Let's see that calculates the wind speed of tornadoes, the parameter scale, that's numbered from 0 to 5 on their scale. And that, of course, replaced the decommissioned Fuita scale that was introduced in 1971.
Right.
1971 by a Japanese fella by the name of Tasio Theodore Ted Fuita.
Oh.
Tasio Theodore or Ted Fuita. That's his name.
Awesome.
Also, right? Kawasaki, Jujitsu, right? And now they call it today, they call it the EF,
Right. That's
tornadoes.
Yes. Vegeta scale.
Yeah, the Richter scale.
Mhm.
In other words, the final Kaf brought with him a massive amount of EF3 to EF6 tornadoes that are going to continue to be deployed by MEM, just like unto what MEM released several tornadoes ago in the South, most recently in Nashville, Tennessee, that also came from the final Kaf. And they may not have known that, but I'm telling you tonight. And since the whirlwind that they named, quote again, Hurricane Dorian, end quote, was deployed in September of 2019 of their calendar, right?
Right.
Now I'm going to ask you, what month is September in the numeral order? What number is their month called September in their numeral order?
September 9th is the 9th month.
The 9th month, yes. 9, correct. So why did you think that mine's septuplets? Why did you think my septuplets, that means 7,
Yes.
would exclude their 9? You should have known that I would not only have 7 angels of and from the such a large, but I'll also have 2 more angels
Echo.
to bring upon this final terrestrial world.
Oh,
As those 7, the number will then equals 9.
man.
2 plus 7
Oh,
equals 9, and that will make it complete.
that's what 9 is.
9 is the number of completion. This generation shall not pass until all these things are fulfilled. That means complete. And those 2 again are, the final Mem or Mem Sophie and the final Kaf or Kaf Sophie.
Got him.
Both that will bring about the most catastrophic waters that will be mixed with their whirlwinds. Right?
Right.
Now, let me show you where it was hidden. Turn to the book called Zechariah, chapter 9. Excuse me, I say chapter 9.
Mhm.
And I want someone to, as in September, right?
That's
Okay. Now, like for somebody to read, begin at verse, guess.
One.
Guess what verse?
9.
9.
Got it.
All right.
Zechariah, chapter 9, and begin at verse 9, because I don't want them suckers to rejoice. But you rejoice.
Chapter 9.
Mm-hmm.
Rejoice greatly.
Rejoice how?
Greatly.
Greatly. Who?
O daughter of Lion.
Of Lion, the tribe of Judah.
Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem.
Oh, Jerusalem is involved too.
Behold, thy king cometh unto thee.
And is now here.
He is just.
With justice,
And
which is the
having-
law, right? He is what?
Just.
With justice.
Yes.
And judgment,
Yes.
which is the law.
That's right.
And having what?
Salvation.
How?
Lowly. And riding upon his.
See, riding upon
An
an ass. Not his ass. Riding upon an ass.
Right.
The ass, this ass is Judah. Is of Judah. And upon a
And
what?
upon a colt. The foil of an ass.
Okay, now hold it. Who's this colt? A colt. This colt, the foil of an ass, was created from the Hebrew word known as ahia. Ahia in Hebrew. Ahia, which is spelled from right to left. Aleph, Yod, Resh, which is the same as the he-ass, or the male of the asses. That's what a colt is. And that, of course, is an allegory for the men of Judah. Don't forget Judah is men and women.
Right.
So this colt is the men of Judah,
Differentiate.
or the male of the asses, which are all wilder asses than the other excess of asses.
Yep. Got that right.
Here's your reference.
Wow. That's heavy.
Strong's H 5895. Strong's H 5895. Read it for yourself and study it. Colt. Ahir. Now read on. Read verse 10, please.
Yes, sir. Quote, and I will cut off the chariot from Ephraim
Mm-hmm.
and the horse from Jerusalem,
Mm-hmm.
and the battle bow shall be cut off, and he shall speak peace unto the heathen.
As I do. See, I'm not going to, it says speak peace for the heathen,
Unto
or unto the heathen, not peace for the heathen. And they hear me saying peace unto
Yes, you
them.
do.
Now come on,
Yes, you
this
do.
video. Unto them in their face,
And
not for them. And what?
And his dominion shall be from sea even to sea.
Do you know the mystery of that?
Man on both sides of the river.
You should, huh?
Man on both sides of the river.
You should remember this mystery. This is a couple nights ago.
Oh yeah. See, you said
See,
the sea.
this
You said
mystery was
sea,
revealed
sun.
in the time.
The season. Right.
T-H-Y-M-E,
This is that season.
thy me,
That means
of the seed,
sun.
right? They introduced
Right.
the season that came from one C, S-E-A,
To
and the sun, S-O-N, that you could not see, S-E-E, until I came and carried you away in the spirit of Yudawafe, like I did Yohanan.
wow.
Wow, so you can go to the next C, S-E-E, that you can now see, right? From
Wow.
C to C, from S-E-A, that you could not see of the sun, to now the S-E-E, that now you can see, from C to C,
Wow.
right?
Yes,
That's right.
sir.
Okay, read on. And from what?
And from the river even to the ends of the earth.
Hold it now. Look what we stumbled on here. See, this says ends of the earth, not world. And this ends of the earth got to be more than one end because it's plural. Ends of the earth, right? So where is the end or the ends of the earth?
You the earth. So
You the earth.
Right,
You the earth,
right. See, it's not where,
so who?
but a who.
Who? Exactly.
Who is like you?
So who is the earth?
Now,
Them, no coffee,
Right.
no
What is?
Remember, that's Genesis chapter 1, verse 1.
Yes, sir.
In other words, for those who did not know, my body is the earth.
Right.
And mind, M-I-N-D, is
Heaven.
a one heaven.
Heaven.
That's why that's how I was able to call for Kaf Sophie
Come on.
Right.
from heaven,
Amen.
Come on.
the final Kaf from heaven. Even from the beginning, I am the earth. In fact, mind, M-I-N-D, is also mind, soul. You got it?
Yes, sir.
And so is your mind. That's where your soul is.
Right, exactly. Right there.
Was you ready for this? I am the only one standing on this planet today that possesses more than one soul. Right? Although the seven angels are the same soul. Right? The same one. But I'm the only one standing on this planet today, or lying, or crawling, or walking, breathing, with more than one soul. I mean, why are you looking at me like that?
Right now.
Huh?
Yeah, that's right.
How many souls do you possess? How many souls do you possess? You should know. One.
One, right, exactly.
Right?
You possess
One.
them.
So how many do Mika Yahweh? Remember you Yahweh possess?
All those.
You look puzzled, huh?
All souls.
Turn to Ezekiel chapter 18. Let's play that. 'Cause I
All
know,
souls are mine. All souls are mine.
There you go.
I know those online say, what the hell is he talking about? Why could he have more than one soul? He says seven. Now I can go along with the seven angels now, Mika Yahweh. Well, how you have more than one soul? Read verse 4. Ezekiel chapter 18 and read verse 4 very quickly, please.
Okay. Ezekiel 4.
Chapter 18 verse 4.
18,
Ezekiel, yes.
verse 4.
Uh-huh.
4. Behold,
See, that's the first thing you got to do. Behold. Hey, get ready. What?
all souls are mine,
Uh-oh.
All of
Uh-huh.
as the soul of the Father, the
Uh-huh.
Ab.
Uh-huh.
So also the soul of the Son is mine.
See?
There it is.
All souls
Exactly.
are mine, M-I-N-E.
One more than one.
Now they may be asking, well, how is that? Because what is thine is mine. And mine Ab, Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh, is thine.
Exactly.
That he gave thee and ye to me,
That's right.
which includes ye souls.
Gotta get used to it.
I'm responsible for them right now.
Right, exactly.
I am responsible for ye souls to return them back to him safely and alive. You know how much burden that is, how much weight that is on my shoulders.
Right.
Oh,
I am responsible for every single soul of you,
Weight of the planet.
the weight of the planet.
the whole world in his hand.
And since I'm also known as the earth, then your souls also belongs to the earth.
Right.
That's right.
Right?
Right.
Right.
Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh.
Well, there's good news
Oh,
and bad news.
There it is.
I have good news and bad news on that note. Now, usually you want to hear the bad news first. Right? All right, first the bad news. Go back now, read verse 10 again of Zechariah chapter 9. Because bad news was in there and you didn't see it. So now see it this time. Verse 10. Read verse 10 again,
Okay,
Zechariah
yes, sir.
chapter 9.
Yes, sir. And I quote, and I will cut off the chariot
Mhm,
from Ephraim and the horse from Jerusalem,
mhm.
and the battle bow shall be cut off, and he shall speak peace unto the heathen, and his dominion shall be from sea even to sea,
Mhm.
and from the river even to the ends of the earth.
Okay, now you should be wondering how will mine Ab, your Ab, Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh, cut off the chariot from Ephraim and the horse from Jerusalem? Or do ye and you or you not believe or mind that Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh, what he says, comes true.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we among.
Indeed.
You know that you must have mine.
Yes, indeed.
Or do any of you remember what my soul said to you before, as I promised you that I will be going my way to become all of all the earth?
Mm.
And you didn't know what I meant by that, although it was in Hebrew.
Mm.
Speaking Hebrew today, I'm speaking to you in English. But I said before that I'm going to become of all the earth. And every single one of you knew in your souls that I was telling you the truth, but you forgot.
Mm.
And since you did, I turned to Joshua, the book called Joshua,
Going back.
chapter 23.
Mm-hmm.
Going back,
Mm-hmm.
getting closer to Exodus.
Right. Oh,
Joshua
yeah.
chapter 23, as I read, I'm going to read now
Yes, please.
myself.
Right.
I have to.
Good.
I have to.
Yes, it's your.
We get to verse 14. So follow me in Joshua chapter 23 as I read from verse 14. I'm going to read 14 and 15. And
Mm-hmm.
behold, this day I'm going the way of all the earth.
Mm.
And ye know in all your hearts and in all your souls that not one thing hath failed of all the good things which Mem Yod Kav Yehovahi, your God spake concerning you. All are come to pass unto you,
Mm-hmm.
and not one thing hath failed thereof. Therefore, let me also say this to your souls today. It shall come to pass
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Right.
that as all good things are come upon you, which Mem Yod Kav Yehovahi, your God promised you. Why Mem Yod Kav Yehovahi? And you must be wondering, why is he saying that? Because the noun God, G-O-D here, in lowercase is printed with the noun Lord in
Right.
uppercase.
Mm-hmm.
That indicates the God of the earth.
Right.
The subject here is the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Is that not who the subject is?
That's true.
Completely.
The God of the earth. Now, as I continue, so shall Yod-Heh Wav-Heh bring upon you all evil things.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
See the difference?
Mm-hmm.
The noun Lord, their noun Lord stands by itself.
Right.
And that indicates Yod-Heh Wav-Heh himself.
Right.
As I continue, until he, Yod-Heh Wav-Heh, have destroyed you from off this good land which the Lord your God, Mem Yod Kav Yehovahi, hath given you.
Hey.
Now you see the mystery? If not, let me ask you the question. Who gave you the land?
Yeah.
The same one who delivered you to the land in the flesh.
Oh, man.
It wasn't Moshe.
Oh, right.
It was Yahshua. It was
Joshua.
the son of Nun.
Yes.
He gave the land
Yes, he did.
as he was instructed to do so, commanded by his art.
Mhm.
Right?
There it is.
Yes,
Right there.
So that's the bad news. Some will be destroyed
Mhm.
by Yod-Heh himself.
Mhm.
Now, here's the good news. Just speaking of your soul. So now turn to Matthew chapter 10. Let me give you some good news. Matthew chapter 10. As I remind ye of who controls your body and soul.
Mm.
Right? Remember the soul.
Right.
Yes,
Your
sir.
body and soul.
So,
I'm going to read from verse 26.
you're here.
Mhm.
Follow me.
Mhm.
And as I command you once again tonight, fear them not, therefore. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. What I tell you in darkness,
Mm.
that speak ye in light, and what ye hear in the ear,
Mm.
that preach ye upon the housetops. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul,
Mm.
but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
That's it.
So where is hell? right here in the United
This
States,
is what it is. Exactly.
not in the Middle East.
This
Right?
It
Yes,
is.
sir.
It is.
Now go back to Zechariah chapter 9.
Straight
We're going to
period.
once again, Daniel, you're going to read verse 10. One more again.
Right.
We're building a building here. So read that one more again. You got to see it.
And I quote Zechariah 9, verse 9,
Verse 10.
verse 10, excuse me. And I will cut off the chariot from Ephraim and the horse from Jerusalem,
Yes.
and the battle bow shall be cut off,
Mhm.
and he shall speak peace unto the heathen, and his dominion shall be from sea even to sea, and from the river even to the ends of the earth.
Okay. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Once again, this ends of the earth means that there are only two ends. I didn't tell you how many. That's why I had to read it again. So I can tell you how many ends there are. It's only two. Right? Mm-mm. Take a look of the earth. You're top and the bottom.
I'm looking at you. And feet.
There's two ends.
That's it.
Right?
That's it.
The head and the feet. That's from end to end. And these two ends are there in order to make their noun end. Their noun that you see as END become plural. That's why it's to be two.
Right, ends.
And we must use both ends, which are the final mem
Oh my goodness. And close.
or mem Sophie and the final kaf or kaf Sophie, each one at an end. Two ends.
Wow.
What does end mean? Final.
Yes,
The end.
Yes, funny.
Yeah, fini. Final mem Sophie, and the final kaf Sophie. And those two ends are of the earth, just as you read,
Good Lord.
and not of the world.
Woo. Don't teach that.
You got it?
Go tell it on the mountain. Wow.
Now read verse 11. Read verse 11.
Every-
I mean, you have to mind that your God, your Wafe, is here. He hadn't gone any place.
Wow. No place. Wow.
That's why he told them, don't focus on my body.
Right.
He tell them in the temple. I was there. He said, you look at my body. That's a mistake. You're focusing on my body. Don't focus on my body. Like they focus, like those are watching me now. Focus on my body.
Yeah.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah.
I knew him from school. Who we think he is? Look at that thing on his head. He must be a Muslim, y'all. Ashlam Aleichem. Let me type Ashlam Aleichem in the comments. See if you remember me. We played football together. Remember me? Hey, Charles. Tony. Look, man. You see, you remember him? He was over here in Nassau, man. You see him? He going back to he going back to US and he doing things like this now. We go down, boy. Look at his man, right? You going back and put on these things on your head and you talking thing out the Bible like you know the Bible. This man don't know a damn thing, boy. Oh, I know who he was walking up and down Bay Street, boy. With the same thing he have on now. The thing he have on is Israel. Talking about he's serving Mika. What the hell he think he is? I know him. Read verse 11. If they know me. Read verse 11.
As for thee also, by the blood of thy covenant, I have sent forth thy prisoners out of the pit, wherein it is no water.
See, they have no water. There's no milk.
No milk.
No milk, right?
No God.
This means that since there is no milk
Can't live without water.
or no water,
Oh my.
then Mem Sophie must come and take over.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Got to take.
Huh?
Mm.
Let me repeat that.
What? No milk.
I said, since there is no mem, no water, this means that now Mem Sophie must come and take over.
Mm.
The final mem.
God. They know.
Uh-oh.
And that's not going to be a good
That's
thing.
what they want. That's what they ask for.
Read on. Read verse 12, please. Read verse 12.
Turn you to the stronghold,
Uh-huh.
ye prisoners of hope.
See, those who hope, those are prisoners of hope, they're hoping. I hope he's wrong.
Right.
I hope you know what he's talking about. Even what?
Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee.
You can forget that hope.
You better know.
Wait. Render what? See,
Render double.
this double is the same as twins.
Ooh, double.
Double.
Final
Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Double.
Bring upon my enemies the day of evil and destroy them with double destruction. Never before, even your art didn't reveal to you or tell you who that double destruction is. And now I'm revealing this tonight and proclaiming tonight that double destruction is Mem Sophie and Kaf Sophie. The final Mem and the final Kaf. Double destruction.
There you go.
And keep in mind that the only difference with these twins is that they are not identical twins. They are twins. This double is the same as twins,
Maternal.
Right.
but they're not identical twins like Yod and Hey.
Right.
Maternal.
These double twins are merely fraternal twins that are of and from the same lodge,
Fraternity.
which is the Celestial Lodge. Fret brothers. And that's the Celestial Lodge of Yonawave. These twins, or what is double to thee, are also symbolic. That represents two silver trumpets
There you are.
that were preserved by the power of the first Kaf.
Wow. Numbers.
And this preservation is for the last days.
Yes. That's one silver.
When I bend Judah back like a bow that you just read for my one self, to my own self. What do you mean bend Judah back like a bow? I'm going to bend and I'm bending Judah back like a bow for my one self. Or when I bend Judah back into the symbol form and simile, like making Judah take a U-turn. A bow is the same as making a U. And Judah make a U-turn for me. When Judah make a U-turn for me, they must do it. Why? So that I can accomplish making Judah return back to their own God. Turn back, Judah, to their own God. Why? Because Yahweh was commanded, he has commanded me to do that. And Yahweh, as I was commanded and sent to do that, I'm doing that to some of them. And Judah's now making a U-turn. They are bowing themselves.
They are.
I'm bending like a bow. And why must that happen? Why? Easy. So we can go home.
Exactly.
Praise the Lord.
Now, before I show ye where these two silver trumpets are, that my soul also created from Kaf and Kaf Sophie, that my soul declared that I will render double unto thee. Read verse 13, Daniel. See
Yes, sir.
how my soul also said that I will do to Judah what I'm going to do to Judah
Yes, sir.
and the Greeks. You forgot the Greeks?
No.
I haven't forgotten the Pope, the Vatican, Rome. I haven't
Italians.
forgotten the Greeks,
Italians. They are
the
Italians.
Greeks and Italia. And
They're
Italy.
Italians, right?
I haven't forgotten.
Mm.
Read verse 13, please. There's a
Yes, sir.
bam.
When I have bent Judah for
See, there it is. You thought I'd make it up. There it is. I bet Judah for me what?
filled the bow with Ephraim
Uh-huh.
and raised up thy souls, O lion,
Mhm.
sons, O lion, against thy sons,
And who?
O Greece.
Oh, Greece.
Mhm.
What is Greece doing in the Old Testament?
Right.
And there do you see it in your
It's right
Bible?
here. I've never seen it
Yeah.
before. Never noticed it.
I hear someone around table say, I've never seen it
Never
before.
noticed it.
And they can't humble themselves and say, I've never seen it before either. You ever seen Greece
Never
in the
seen it.
Old Testament or the books of the prophet?
Didn't know it
Am I
was in
looking
there.
at the right word? There it
Right
is.
there.
Didn't know it was in there.
Yes,
Didn't even know it was in there. And made thee what?
And made thee as the sword of a mighty man.
See, that's one mighty man. Now, before we read the final verse
Lord.
of this revelation of the final twin Kaf, or Kaf Sophie, let me keep my word and turn to Numbers chapter 10.
10, verse 2.
And I want you to meet these two silver trumpets,
Yeah. From Joel.
of which only one of the two was preserved for and found here in Zechariah
There you go.
chapter
Wow.
9.
Wow. There it is.
Begin at verse. I want you to begin at verse 1.
Totally.
This is one of those trumpets.
Totally.
Or one is found, you haven't gotten to it yet, but I'm guaranteeing you it's here. Read verse 1 of
Number
Numbers,
Numbers 10.
chapter 10.
10, verse 2.
Uh-huh.
And Yodewabhe spake unto Moshe.
Now, what that mean? Now, what that mean? You should know
Face
that.
to
Angel
Face
is
to
present.
face.
Huh?
Yes.
The angel is present.
No.
Face to face.
Spake.
Face to face.
He spake to Moses right in his face. It's like I'm in your face right now. I've got Moses' face. Come here.
Come here. Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Come here.
Oh, Lord.
Come here, Moshe. Come here. And say what? Verse 2.
Oh,
Make thee 2 trumpets of silver.
Uh-huh. Read on.
Of a whole piece shalt thou make them.
See?
yes.
Hold it.
Whole piece.
How you gonna make 2 trumpets of one whole piece?
Right.
That's the mystery.
Right.
The same trumpet. Right? Although it became symbolic because your Av had one of those trumpets in his mouth.
Right.
And here is the mouth of his trumpet speaking again.
Right.
Of a whole piece.
2 pieces.
Should I what? Make them. That what?
That thou mayest use them for the calling of the
You
assembly
got that?
Mhm, there it is.
And for what?
That's from Joel.
and for the journeying
2.
of the camps.
Now this trumpet is also in Joel chapter 2.
Yes. Mhm.
As one who's erudite has been studying, you can see that.
Mm.
In so much as a way, these 2 trumpets, these silver trumpets,
2
May I
silver
add?
trumpets. Right.
these 2 silver trumpets were created from 2 Hebrew words. 2. Both they came from Kaf.
Kaf.
Those 2 Hebrew. Well, the first Hebrew word is Kasef. Kasef is spelled from right to left. Kaf, Samek, and the final Fe. Kasef. And that means silver,
Yes.
as in the color of metal.
Mhm.
Here's your reference. Strong's H3701. Kasef, it means silver,
Mhm.
the color silver. Or metal, like silver metal, right?
Mhm.
The second kaf is Kasho Sasara.
Hmm. Wow.
Kasho Sasara. Yeah, Sasara. It's spelled from right to
I
left.
like that.
Kaf, Shin, Sare, Resh, He.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And it means,
Well done.
here's what it means:
Perfect.
trumpet
Woo wee.
or horn.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
The devil tried to figure out how you spell it. They put Keth, but it's
Yeah,
Kaf. Kaf is in charge.
Put the wrong letter.
Because Kaf was brought back off the altar today as as one of the 9th angel.
Yes.
The 9th angel. Here's your reference: H2689. That's the 2.
Total.
Strong's H2689.
Total.
Now, Kabaya, read verse 3, please, as we continue on and get the mystery
Mm.
of what Ab said that they must do.
Yes.
And when they shall blow with them, all the assembly shall assemble themselves to thee at the door of the tabernacle
Tabernacle.
of the congregation. Tabernacle.
Oh,
One
Singular.
tabernacle of
That's
the
the
congregation, and that is a celestial being.
Yes.
Verse 4, please.
And if they blow but with one trumpet,
Uh-oh. What's going to happen?
then the princes,
Uh-huh.
which are heads of the thousands of Yisrael,
She'll do what?
shall gather themselves unto thee.
See, this first trumpet,
there it is.
is the trumpet that Yodhe himself blew.
Mhm.
As some may have seen him do that
Yes.
Yeah.
in one of his videos.
Yes.
Mhm.
He blew that trumpet.
Mhm.
That was back then in the 80s. This trumpet did not sound, the second trumpet did not sound back then in the mid 80s. Only his trumpet did. Physical trumpet, literally. And he did that for the devil so the devil can see it and not mess with the 2 silver trumpets.
That's it.
Right.
That's the one hole.
Kept,
So he did it literally.
kept
Up to
blowing.
that trumpet, at the podium blew it. During the feast too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, on the
Kept him,
breastplate.
kept him,
And on his breastplate, he
kept
had
him
on.
at blow, kept him at bay.
We kept him at bay.
They never knew.
He never knew.
Couldn't figure it out.
Couldn't figure it out.
Got the wrong
Read
man.
verse 5. Got the wrong man.
And it was a
The
gold
wrong
trumpet.
one. Read verse 5. Please.
When ye blow an alarm, then the camps that lie on the east parts shall go forth.
Now here's the explanation. Here's the revelation. See, when the first trumpet blew, it was being blown by Yodawave himself for Judah to come to the east, and then the south in the United States to the place where Yodawave chose to place his name there, the temple in Miami, Florida, right? Keep in mind that that was by tracing the exact pattern how Yodawave traveled from the west, from Oklahoma, to where he was in the south east in those days at Miami, Florida. Came from,
We did the mileage.
right? See, on the screen, he came from the west,
To the east.
stopped at Georgia,
Yeah, he did.
came down south,
Jacksonville,
stopped in Orlando,
Orlando.
and came down south to Miami.
We did the
And he blew the horn, the trumpet, to let them know his pattern. Right? The exact pattern how Yodawave traveled from the west to where he was in the southeast in those days. And what else happened? What else? Read verse 6 and see what else happened. And what did he do?
Gracious. So deep.
When ye blow an alarm the second time,
The what?
the second time,
See, the first time your eye blew.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Then what happens the second time?
then the camps that lie on the south side shall take their journey.
See, they're already in the south now.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's the
Already.
second horn.
Right.
And they show what?
They shall blow an alarm for their journeys.
Now, here is the second trumpet. And although this passage says two trumpets, remember, two is made from one hole,
Mhm.
right? This two signifies one trumpet per appointed season at different intervals of space by the power of Yom, by our Hebrew calendar. And Yom means, again, days, weeks, months, and years that will pass by during an appointed place. In other words, the first trumpet was for Judah to come across from the west to the east, and then come down from the north to the south. I repeat,
Yeah.
when Ah blew that first trumpet,
Mm-hmm.
and they were watching, and they came.
Sure did.
Some stayed, but some came. The first trumpet was for Judah to come across from the west to the east, and then come down from the north to the south. Why? Because most were dwelling in the north
Mm-hmm.
and the Midwest and the West in California. And now, here we are after Yodawave ascended back into heaven on May 7, 2007, as the second silver trumpet is now sounding. For who? For those who had already come and came from the west to the east and from the north to the south. Are now laying low in the south where most stayed. In Florida and Georgia
Yes.
and Mississippi, Louisiana, Tennessee, as others went back to the north, right?
Never took it to him.
To come back to the camps that lie on the south side where they took their journey. Why? For the second trumpet. As they hear the second trumpet, they took their journey for the rest to come after they are now hearing the second trumpet, blowing an alarm for their journeys, especially for those in the West, in the United States, to come to the East. Come to the East. And in the North, come to the South. It was come to the South by the power of the second trumpet. That is silver. Remember silver? Why? Because they're going to be tried as silver. They're going to be refined as silver is refined.
Rebound.
Right, they're gonna be fine. By what? The trumpet, the silver trumpet. And when that happens, when all I hear with Mem in the south, who will be obedient, then what else did Deuteronomy command? Read verse 7 and see. Please, verse 7.
But when the congregation is to be gathered together,
Did what?
ye shall blow,
But
ye shall not sound an
you
alarm.
got that? It's gonna be over.
Mm.
I'm not gonna warn them anymore.
First sign. They didn't believe the first sign.
Got that? Then believe.
First sign. Second sign too late.
See, we will blow by only the unleavened bread. Wow, where'd that come from?
Right.
We're going to blow. We're going to blow by only the power of the unleavened bread. That I will explain in another moment or two. In fact, we're also going to see, we're going to be blowing by, remember, there's 2 trumpets, silver.
Right.
That means when we don't blow the sound of the alarm, see, we don't sound the alarm with the trumpet no more. We're going to be blowing by the power of the unleavened bread and the leavened bread.
Oh.
2, both.
Yeah.
And some are getting ready who's so hard-headed. They're going to wait 14 days. First, they're going to add 5 more days to sundown last night. They're already adding, this is their first day after 5. And then when they get to next Sunday, next month, Sunday sundown, that's going to be their new Shabbat. Then they're going to count 14 days to recognize Passover, their feast of unleavened bread, because they're doing what's right in their own eyes, what they think is right in their own eyes. They say, we ain't got to listen to no Micah. Micah don't know what in the hell he's talking about. And they're right. I'm not speaking about no, because I left my ob out of whatever they're thinking,
Speaking of,
of their ignorance, right? I'm speaking of the truth. I know what I'm speaking of and who I'm speaking of. But we're going to explain that in a few moments. But first, I want you to read verse 14 to get the connection of this commandment of the 2 silver trumpets. Read verse 14, please.
In the first place, with the standard of the camp of the children of Judah, according to their armies. And over his host was Nahshon, the son of Amminadab.
And see, Nahshon is here today. You got to get the connection when these truths are. And all of this to happen, Nahshon got to be here.
Praise the whopping.
And Nahshon is here.
Yes.
Now let's prove it. Go back. That's what verse is that?
It's 14.
Now go back to Zechariah chapter 9 and read verse 14 and see if there's a connection.
Yes.
You want me to read it or someone?
Whoever was reading Zechariah chapter 9, read verse 14 now. Zechariah says 14.
Right.
2 sevens, 2 trumpets. 14. They segmented this correctly.
Yes, sir. Quote, and the Lord Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh shall be seen over them, and his arrow shall go forth as the lightning.
As the lightning. The lightning's being happening right now.
And Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh, God.
No. And Mem Yod Kaf. See, that's a colon.
Right, okay, that's it.
That colon means you're about to introduce the other one now. And what?
Okay. Shall blow the trumpet.
Right. See, that's singular. I just explained.
Right.
Which is one of the 2 silver trumpets of Numbers chapter 10. Right? Verse the one that is left. And do what? Read on.
And shall go with whirlwind of the south.
There
it is right there. Wow, busted. Wow.
Go with whirlwinds.
Didn't say wind, they said wind.
2 whirlwinds.
Yeah.
Whirlwind, 2 whirlwinds.
There it is right there.
Mem Sophie.
And Sophie. Goodness gracious, the God of the earth is with us.
See, that's what see in plural. And these whirlwinds, again, are by the power of the final kaf.
Amen.
Final men.
Goodness.
Mem is going to aid the final kaf.
Good.
Don't forget, Mem is also a god of water.
Yeah.
Of course. Yes, they work together. Cough.
Now turn to the book called Revelation. Chapter 16. Someone read beginning of verse 4 so we can show you where they were headed. where they're being loosed from. Revelation chapter 16, we begin at verse 4 as a foundation.
And the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and fountains of waters, and they became blood.
Hold it. Let that soak in for a moment. I want to make sure everybody get that. And so much until I think you should read that again. You should read that again.
That's right.
And the third angel
Excuse me, but who's the third angel in my special name?
Cuff.
Cough. Cough. Did what?
poured out his vial upon the rivers and fountains.
See, that's the wind pouring out his vial upon the waters, the fountains of waters. Now you got wind being mixed with waters, and they became blood because it's going to take a lot of deaths.
Yes.
They kill a lot of bodies
Yes.
as a result. Became blood of the people. This third angel is the final cough. That is under the authority, the power, and the company of Mem Sophie. How is that? Forget, because this is the last book and chapter in the King James Version Holy Bible with the title of, quote, the third angel, end quote, is read. You're not going to read after chapter 16, the third angel. It's the last chapter of that book where you read of the third angel. And furthermore, the first cough of these fraternal twins, which is the same as Kaf and his twin Kaf Sophie. See, he had already fulfilled one of his missions as he sounded his voice. That's Kaf. That's the first Kaf. As he sounded his voice and said months ago, if not a year, that a passenger jet will crash to the earth. That would be on the fire. In fact, he said the passenger jet, before it crashed to the earth, it would be on fire as it plummeted to the ground. And would you mind that happened and no one even knew it was coming from Revelation? I said it would happen.
Yes.
I didn't say it would happen in the United States. I said it would happen because I know my soul. I know it's written to be fulfilled. So I said a passenger jet will plummet to the earth on fire. When it hit the ground, it would be on fire before it hit the ground. And everyone on board would be killed. Just as it did over in the Middle East near Tehran. When a Boeing 737-800 Ukrainian International Airlines jet crashed shortly after leaving Tehran Airport on Wednesday, January 8th, 2020, 2 months ago. And it killed all 176 people on board. Now place a marker here. Let's take you back to chapter 8 so we can show ye. When I said I would show you things to come, Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. With the first twin of the two fraternal twins of Kaf had caused earlier this year, 2 months ago. And read verses 10 and 11.
And the third angel sounded, and there fell.
See, the third angel sounded. How? How did this third angel sound? Who remember? I prophesied it.
Right, yeah, you said.
I told you, if you look on my post and go to Facebook, it's there. You got to go to last year. I prophesied and said a passenger jet is going to crash. On fire, it's going to kill everyone on board. That means I sounded.
Yes.
Now ye are reading the results of what I sounded.
Yes.
And after I sounded, what happened after the comma of sounding?
And as it were a great mountain.
Read verse 10.
And the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven,
Right. Read it.
burning as it were a lamp.
Read.
And it fell upon the third part of the rivers
Uh-huh.
and upon the fountains of water.
Now you have no idea what that means. You know. We're going back to Isaiah 29 now, chapter 29, verses 10, 11, and 12. Can't read it. Give it to him. He can't read it. Don't know what it means. It's a seal.
Yes.
All right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, only the one who sealed it can explain it. Let's see if that can be done.
It can.
Huh?
It can.
Okay, let's see if it can be done. See, the rivers that you see here are symbolic for the people of the sons of Ishmael.
Hmm.
And the waters are symbolic for the remaining 15 territories that makes up the Middle East. And furthermore, the third part of the sons of Ishmael was given to Adbiel, the son named Adbiel, which is known today as Aram. The third son of Ishmael, whose name is or was Adbiel, inherited the land today called Aram. Reference, King James Version, Bible, Genesis, chapter 25, and verse 13, 14, and 15, 3 verses. And the Middle East map by World Atlas will also confirm that. Here's your website, www.info, please, /Middle East /Iran/map.com. Now, once you look at that research, you'll see that this means that this great star from heaven that was burning as it were a lamp, as it fell upon the third part of Iran, the rivers, and upon the fountains of Iran, the waters of the Middle East, was the very same Boeing 737-800 Ukrainian jet that crashed shortly after leaving Tehran on that day, that very same Wednesday, January 8th, 2020, that looked like a star falling from heaven in the night. That killed all 176 people on board. Thus, fulfilling the vision of Yohanan that you saw, that you just read. How so, Mika Yahweh? Because all of those who had family aboard that jet were bitter, B-I-T-T-E-R, as well as those officials of Iran that admitted that they shot down the passenger jet by mistake. Yeah. Is that not true?
That's true.
Yeah.
Then they admit that they shut it down by mistake at night. That's why they couldn't see it. All they saw was this light flashing like the jet said, you see at night. Shut it down, came down from heaven like a lamp burning in the night, a star falling from heaven. Right? Oops. Right? All right. Now read verse 11. Remember, everyone became bitter. B-I-T-T-E-R, right?
Everyone.
All right. Now read verse 11.
And the name of the star is called Wormwood.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
What is that? All of a sudden now, you got a worm on the wood.
Wow.
And the preachers in the churches would say, get the worms off the wood.
Quickly.
Read on. Now you're being introduced to something. Now you got a colon after wormwood.
Yes, sir.
That what?
And the third part of the waters became wormwood.
Even the waters became wormwood. Well, how? The star going to be called wormwood and the waters become wormwood. Read after the semicolon.
And many men died of the waters.
They did, didn't they? 176.
Yes.
Why?
Because they were made bitter.
Period.
There
Period.
it is. That's it.
Now, the reason this jet was given the figurative name wormwood, figurative, is because everyone on board that jet was bitter for what had just happened. See, those on board were also bitter. Although they died, they were also bitter because of what had happened a day or two before of the general of Iran being assassinated. Remember?
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
Solomon.
Yes.
What happened to that general of Iran?
Solomon.
Assassinated by Donald John Trump
Basically.
Sr. by his orders.
Mhm.
Right?
Right.
And furthermore, the word itself that you read here in English is known as wormwood. You read as wormwood, WRMWOOD, came from the original Hebrew word known as lahana. 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 And it means bitterness.
Yes.
Bitterness. Bitterness, or a bitter nest of people.
Mm.
Wormwood.
Mm.
Reference Strong's H 3939. Look it up and you'll see it for yourself.
Okay.
3939. And what caused the bitterness of these people that are now symbolic as water? Because many men died of the waters. Why? Because they were made bitter.
Wow.
You got it?
Yes,
That'll
sir.
make you bitter.
Now, I told you earlier you're going to need your synonym finder because the word now is bitter. And a few synonymous words for bitter, bitter, is what? I mean, if you have your synonym finder, I had mine and I looked it up.
Having a
Sour.
sharp, pungent taste.
No, the synonym.
Oh,
Sour.
I don't want to know the definition.
Sharp.
I have unpleasant, sour is one,
Sharp.
right? Acrimonious,
Ooh, wow.
nasty,
Resentful.
vicious,
Yeah.
hostile,
Oh,
Hostile.
oh, bitter. Wow.
harsh,
Yeah, rough.
rancorous,
Boy, regular.
and virulent. Virulent.
Oh, wow.
Virulent. Virulent. Just to name 8.
Wow.
You name one, that's 9. You name one, that's 10. I mean, do you not agree that this fits the results of how those men of Iran felt after
Mhm.
the assassination and shooting down that passenger jet?
Absolutely.
Both the assassination and shooting down that jet.
Double jeopardy.
Even if that jet was also reported, that jet was reported to be on fire in the dark skies before impact. And that is according to Iran Civil Aviation Authority. They reported, they saw it at other people. And that did that not look like there fell a great star from heaven,
Yeah.
burning as it were a lamp,
Yes.
fulfilling Revelation chapter 8 and verse 10. If you find yourself having a problem to believe in this, I'm going to also give you can go online, because this revelation of how they saw that plane, kind of jet coming down, was given by a reporter of Iran. Name was Ali Abedzadeh, who is the head of the National Aviation Authority over in Iran. Go check with him, Ali Abedzadeh. He was quoted of saying that eyewitnesses told him, as they had reported, that the Kyiv-bound plane was on fire immediately before the crash. On fire.
Wow.
As a result of the first of the twin angels that falls in the numerical order as the third, the first Kaf, and the final Kaf. But the first Kaf is the one who said it. I'll go back to chapter 16 for a moment and read verse 4 all over again.
And the third angel poured out his veil upon the rivers and fountains of waters, and they became blood.
Now you see how the first angel, third angel, is not like the second angel
Different.
No,
Very
different.
different.
Yes.
of the two twins.
Mhm.
And now that you know that these rivers and fountains of waters are peoples,
Yes.
right? Like the men over the Middle East,
Yes.
then it should not be difficult at all for you to know that these rivers and fountains of waters are those dwelling among Judah today.
Mm.
Even the islands that are surrounded by waters of salt. And that is the third angel. Also, that this third angel, which is the final Kaf, that is also under the authority and the power and in the company of Mem, water, is going to complete the destruction of the same vial of death, like Hurricane Dorian that's coming. Even like the one that poured the vial over the death of the Bahamas, of the hurricane. And the recent tornadoes that destroyed Nashville, Tennessee, suburb. And that is only the beginning. Trust what I'm telling you. How so? Because they are now being judged
Yes, sir.
Yes.
by the righteous one of and from the sister love. Remember?
Yes, sir.
Wow, hey.
All right, well, read verse 5 and see. Read verse 5.
And I heard the angel of the waters say,
Who is that?
Thou art
No,
righteous.
who is that? Who's the angel of the third of the waters?
Mem.
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 Did I not say that Kaf is under the authority and the power and in the company of Mem?
Yes.
Hanging out together.
Read on. What he said.
Thou art righteous, O Mem Yokaf Yode Wave,
Uh-huh.
which art and was and shall be,
Why?
because thou hast judged thus.
Right. There it is. Read on to verse 6.
For they have shed the blood of the saints
They did.
and
The
prophets,
Hebrew prophets or servants. And who
Yeah,
else?
so-called.
The other.
and thou hast given them blood to drink,
That's right.
for they are worthy.
Right. They are being judged because of the innocent blood of my people, my own people that they shed throughout the years, hundreds of years. So now I'm giving them their own blood back to drink. For they are all worthy to die. All of them. Their own blood. Read on to verse 7.
Give their own blood.
And I heard another out of the altar
Wait,
say,
excuse me. Are they not drinking their own blood?
Yes,
They're
they
killing up one another.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, their own blood. Read verse 7.
And I heard another
Here's another out of the altar.
say,
What?
even so, Lord Mem Yokaf Yode Wave, almighty,
Mhm.
true and righteous are thy judgments.
Right. Just as you did by reading those very words tonight. You said that. It's now fulfilled.
Praise
Yeah.
Yode Wave.
Praise you, wow. It's in the books.
And this now brings me to more of several reasons why I'm here today.
Yes, sir.
And I also testified my which is the primary reason why I'm here on this planet. It's to testify and let all know that my Yudhawafe is God, the true and only living God,
Yes.
God of all gods. Remember
Okay.
that.
Praise Yode Wave.
Praise the Wafe. Just as it says in Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 17. If anybody study it and learn that, read it if you don't know it. And again, I will have to remind you that over my left shoulder and back of me to the right of the screen is one of the 4 images, same as forever, from everlasting.
Yes. Praise
That's who he is. Many only knew him as Yahweh, Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
Some thought they knew him in school too,
Yep. Okay.
even as a tactical instructor in the U.S. Army or
Yes.
in the military. They thought they knew him.
Yep.
His own family thought they knew him.
Mhm.
You know, praise the Lord.
Praise Yode
Praise Yode
Wave.
Wave.
But just as I opened the TI, the TI, the MN, and the MC on Sunday night, this is pre-session number 130, opposed to 129 on Sunday night.
Hey.
Now, keep in mind that this synopsis that we went over a few moments ago is for the record. As we deemed tonight, again, this is number what?
130.
130. And tonight is the second, begin the second day of the first month, right? And sundown
Yes, sir.
of Ob's calendar, Yudhawafe's calendar, 6023. On this sundown, we are now faced with the second day. And something's happening to this world, this earth. Well, actually, the planet.
Right.
Now, for the record, because it's being recorded, we don't want no one to make a mistake because things are going to happen. So, for the record, on video, on recording, this is Wednesday, March 11th in the evening on the East Coast. It's about 9:20 or 9:39 of their clocks. March 11th, 2020, Eastern Time, 9:39 on 21:39 hours in the military. Now, why is this so important to be calculated? Even with the Yom. Turn to Exodus. See, this is also Passover.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
See what it is.
This is the same thing that happened in Egypt. It's happening today. It happened over 4,000 years ago in Egypt. It's happening again today by one tribe and one that has joined. You can read.
Yes.
However, yeah, we have this round table, my angels' voices. You're going to read beginning at verse 1. Exodus chapter 12.
Yes, sir.
Read beginning at verse 1. And we're going to, as we get ready toward our closing for tonight, we got to do this first. We got to introduce to the world, to this planet what's coming.
Yes.
And to this government what's coming because you refuse to let my people go.
Mm.
You refuse to come and see me. How easy it would be.
Right.
You got an airport not even 3 miles away from here.
Easy.
I'm less than 3 miles away from MIA.
Easy peasy.
No mercy.
You can land Air Force One,
Come on.
bring your battalion with you.
Right. Whatever you want.
I'll meet you at McDonald's, wherever you want to do.
That's what we like to hang out, right?
You like to hang out. I'm not going to tweet you. We can meet at McDonald's, Burger King. We can meet at the resort. I don't shoot golf, but I deploy golfs. Boy. Sea golfs. Come. So we can discuss the sovereignty of my people, the diplomatic immunity,
Yes.
and let my people go.
Okay.
You did it to the Indians,
Right.
The Jews.
the Jews,
The list goes on and on.
the Jews.
Everybody got it.
And I'm realizing, he must know who I am.
Right.
Oh,
The finger, handwritings on the wall.
But he just refused to let my people go. You see the writing on the wall,
Yeah, the handwriting.
in the clay,
That's,
the plaster on the wall.
yeah, you
I wrote, even on the clay,
on your wall.
I wrote to 10 different countries, their leaders, in their own idiom,
mhm.
which includes Chinese, Japanese, and Korean. In my own handwriting, not typed.
What manner of man?
And
What
they
man?
still won't refuse to. I even told them in my handwriting, come and help me to free my people. Go talk to Donald Trump. They want to ignore me too. Now they got to suffer the coronavirus.
Everybody got it.
And one of those, I wrote him, refused to. Probably think I'm some punk in the ghetto.
What do you think?
Well, punk this, nigga. Read verse 1, Exodus chapter 12.
And Udewape spake unto Moses
Uh-huh.
and Aaron
He spoke
in
to
the
both.
land of Egypt,
In Egypt,
Yes.
saying what?
saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
Mm-hmm.
It shall be the first month of the year to you.
That's what we're in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Abia. Verse 3.
Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel.
Now, who are they? All the congregation of Israel. All of them are connected to the numeral known as 130.
Right.
130. Or 130. The same number of this precession.
Mm.
You got it?
Yes,
That
sir.
means I want you to focus on this now. You have to focus on this. I started the axis of this precession back in October of 2018. You got that? 2018. October, late October.
Yes.
And we had precessions twice a week, sometime once a week, sometime no week. From 2018 till tonight, March 11, 2020. And we are now on number 130, which are the congregation of Israel, connected to the congregation of all the children of Israel. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
You should want to know how would that make you all right?
That's it.
Wait.
My eyes wide open. ears.
Before you continue to that, let me reveal that to you so that Trump can know who I am since he don't believe it. He don't believe it. Turn to Genesis chapter 5. Someone, now put your marker on Exodus chapter 12.
So don't lose it.
Go to Genesis chapter 5 and read verse 3.
And I quote, and Adam lived 130 years.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
And the first man, them young cop, they wife hey,
He lived what?
100 and it said and 100
Yeah, that's the 100.
800.
and 100
That's the and I'm bringing to you right now.
and 30 years.
That same 130 years. Right?
Mm-hmm. And begat a son.
Wait. And begot a son in what?
In his own likeness.
His own likeness, a Hebrew.
Just like
Look just like him. Right?
after his image,
After his image.
and called his name Seth.
Now, this Seth is also an allegory for Nishan.
Mm.
Goodness gracious, the priest.
Although Seth is the next beginning from Adam.
Yes.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
And it was Seth who started the B of Beth Nusophi
the son of.
because Abel was murdered. So Seth was the first one after Abel was murdered to start Beth Nusophi in Hebrew. That means the son of.
Mm-hmm.
As well as Bath Nusophi because Adam also had daughters.
Right.
Now read on. Wait, hold it. Yeah, read on before I go back now for a moment. Back to Exodus 12 and read on verse 3. You should wait. What you just read? Verse what?
Three.
Hey, where you reading from?
Okay.
No, where you reading from? Exodus what?
Exodus.
Exodus 12, chapter 3.
No, chapter 12.
1. Chapter 12,
And verse what now?
3.
Oh,
Three.
so you read verse 3,
Yeah.
and now you reading verse 3
So,
from different books. As in Yodewave, Adam, and Seth.
Mhm.
The Father,
The
the Son, and the
and
children of Israel. The congregation.
Yeah.
Right? Read it. It says saying.
saying in the 10th day of this month,
Uh-huh.
they shall take to them every man a lamb,
Keep reading.
according to the house of their fathers. A lamb for an house.
Now we know that's not literal.
literal.
You know how many houses there
We
are?
couldn't do all
This
that.
lamb is one man.
Right. One man.
The same lamb of Revelation chapter 14
A lamb.
and verse
A
1.
lamb. A lamb.
Read on.
A lamb.
Verse 4.
Uh-huh.
And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls.
Uh-huh. Of the souls. Go ahead.
Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb.
Read on verse 5.
Your lamb shall be without blemish,
Right. Uh-huh.
a male of the first year.
Amen. This year.
There
Right.
he is.
Uh-huh.
Ye shall take it out from the sheep
Uh-huh.
or from the goat.
That's not it's not not literal. Ghost also represents the asses.
Mm.
In verse 6.
And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day
That's a
of the
lie.
same month.
It's a lie.
Doing all that.
Excuse me. See,
All that
the Jews added that
guilty.
for their religious purposes.
Nasty.
And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it.
How
in the
many?
evening.
The whole what?
Whole assembly of the congregation of Israel.
Uh-huh. Read on, verse 7.
And they shall take of the blood
They should take of the blood of the lamb, not take the blood.
and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door posts of the houses wherein they shall eat it.
Right. Let's see. And those two posters with the blood is now on it. They're posted right here
Yes,
on this house.
yes.
Indeed.
Read verse 8, please.
And they shall eat the flesh in that night roast with fire.
That eat. Hold on. I'm going to take you in a moment to show you where that eating of the flesh is, where it was hidden in the New Testament. that eating of the flesh is of the Christ.
Yes. The
Right.
blood.
Right.
Bread.
That's connected to the unleavened bread.
Bread. Eat it.
Read on.
Roast with fire and unleavened bread.
See?
Right there.
The unleavened bread. I had what?
And with bitter herbs they shall eat it.
Okay, hold it. Because here's the question. Who is the unleavened bread? See, since Seth is the next beginning from Adam, then who is the unleavened bread? We read on, let's see if there is an answer to this question. Read verse 9, please.
Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water,
Uh-huh.
but roast with fire.
See, there's fire. Read verse, go down for the sake of our schedule, read verse 11.
And thus shall ye eat it with your loins girded,
Mm-hmm.
your shoes on your
And
feet,
get ready.
and your staff in your hand.
Get ready, because we got to go quickly.
And ye shall eat it in haste.
Right, why?
It is the Lord, it is
You live
Deuteronomy's Passover.
Right, okay. Here is the Passover. Now, this poses another question with Passover, which is, who is the Passover?
Mm.
And who are the unleavened bread? Very good. You should know that. Keep in mind that this bread begins with their letter B. Right? B-R-E-A-D, bread. Now, there's the answer to the question, the mystery of the B. You're right. This B was hidden and preserved for today of mind, body. B, body,
Yes.
which is Passover. And when this bread becomes unleavened, it will become leavened in the last days. This means that ye are the unleavened bread,
Indeed.
and I am the Passover.
Yes.
Did you get it? You hear it?
Got it.
Wow.
Ye are the unleavened bread that's going to become leavened because you got to rise.
Yes.
And I am the Passover. Now go to 1 Corinthians chapter 5. Let's see if I'm making this up. And read verses 7 and 8. You got it? 1 Corinthians chapter 5. Read verses 7 and 8. As you what? Purge out. You got it?
Yes.
Nice
Quote.
and loud, please. What?
Purge out, therefore, the old
The
leaven.
old leaven from the Old Testament, from the old Egypt. That you may be what?
A new lump.
That's for the new year or the fresh year. Why? Because what?
As ye are unleavened.
See, you are unleavened. Ye are unleavened bread. For what?
Even Christ, Mem Yod Kuf Yod Wape, our Passover, is sacrificed for us.
Right.
There he is.
Read verse 8, please.
Lamb.
Read verse 8.
Amen.
Therefore,
Why?
let us keep the feast.
You got to. Not with what?
Not with old leaven,
Neither what?
with the leaven of malice and wickedness.
Neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness. Right? But what?
With the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth.
Wow.
Period.
There it is.
Praise
Praise
God.
God.
Praise the Lord. Now, since this bread is now found without ye, that you ate without the S as in yeast,
Yes.
Y-E-A-S-T, yeast, because our Og revealed when he was here that he is yellow and he is the yeast.
There you go. There it is.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So since he is not here with us in the flesh, but is watching and hearing with us in the spirit, watching above in the ship,
As a matter of fact.
so you have now become the bee and not the yeast of the leaven. This means that this bread is now mind body. This bread has now become mind body. and you are the leaven. You are the B without the red or the reed. See, without the B, you got to read. John chapter 6. And as I remind you of this again tonight, John chapter 6, I'm going to read from verse 32.
Please do.
I just heard that funny tone of a notice come on this laptop that I'm using. And it's telling me that the NBA has canceled all games for the rest of the season.
Praise Him.
I told you, didn't I tell you that we're going to do that?
Praise your name.
I said it last
No
year.
more bastard.
I said no more basketball and no more football games.
Oh.
Did I not say that? Do I have a witness?
Yes,
Yeah.
God, please. Sir.
Praise your name,
It's okay.
But they didn't know. They didn't know how.
Go comfort your brother.
Right?
No more
They
bastard.
didn't know how it was going to happen.
But you said it.
Huh?
You said it. You said
I
it.
said they're going to do it.
You said it.
It's canceled.
So what?
That means no playoffs.
No more.
And I'm not going to play it off either.
no March Madness.
All that money they
I'm not going to play it off.
crash.
They're playing bad.
I'm going to read, though, from John chapter 6. I'm going to show ye and let you know now how you are, how I am the bread, how the bread become my body. As I say unto all of ye, verily, verily, I say unto you first. Moses gave you not the bread from heaven, but my Ab giveth you the true bread from heaven.
Number 27.
For the bread of Yod-Heh-Wah-Veh is he which cometh down from heaven. Huh? Right?
Yes, sir.
No. This bread, for the bread of Mem Yod-Heh-Wah-Veh is he which cometh down from heaven
Right. Listen.
and giveth life unto the world. Then I must say unto you now tonight, evermore give us this bread as you want. Right? Okay, I'm going to give it to you.
Yes, sir.
Why? Because I am the bread of life.
Yes, sir.
He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that aman on me shall never thirst. That believeth in me, believeth on me, shall never thirst. But I say unto you that ye also have seen me, and believe not, as they are looking, and believe not. All that the Ab have and giveth me shall come to me, but no doubt. Like those souls I mentioned, they're coming.
Yes, sir.
And him that cometh to me, I will in no wise cast out. For I am come down from heaven, not to do mine own will, but the will of mine Ab, who has sent me. That's who. And this is my Ab's will, my Father's will, which hath sent me, that of all which he hath given me, I shall lose nothing, but shall raise it up again at this last day.
Yes.
And this is the will of him that sent me, Mount Ab, Yod-Heh-Wah-Veh, verse 40, that everyone which seeth the Son and believeth on the Son may have everlasting life. And I will raise him up today, which is the last day.
Yes.
And as those Yehudites, those Judas and Jacobs that murmured at me all the time, even in comments. Why? Because I said I'm the bread which came down from heaven. They cannot grab hold of that. They said, it's not Mem Yod Kafir, it's Mika Yahweh, the son of Dorothy. Those who thought they know me. Is he not the son of Johnson? Whose father and mother we know? How is it then that he, as I said a few moments ago, they thought they know me, came down from heaven? And did I just demonstrate it?
Yes, sir.
Well, as you murmur among yourselves, no man can come to me except my Ab, which has sent me, draw him. And I will raise him up at the last day, this day. as is written in the prophets, the books of the Old Testament, and they shall be all taught of Yahweh, especially the book called Micah, chapter 4, verses 1 through 5. Every man, therefore, that hath heard and hath learned of Yahweh cometh unto me. Not that any man has seen Yahweh, save he which is of Yahweh. He has seen Yahweh, the Father. For verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on mine on me hath everlasting life. Why? In verse 48, because I am the bread of life.
Yes, you are.
Your fathers did eat manna in the wilderness and are dead.
Sure did.
But this is the bread which cometh down from heaven, that a man may eat thereof and not die. I am the living bread which came down from heaven. If any man eat of this bread, he shall live forever. And the bread that I will give is my flesh. Don't you see it?
Yes, sir.
Which I will give for the life of the world. Here's my flesh. Touch me, feel me, handle me, and see. For a spirit had not flesh and blood as you see me have. Therefore they strove among themselves, saying, how can this man give us the flesh to eat that I just told to eat in Exodus chapter 12 of the lamb, the flesh to eat?
Yes.
That's how. Eat the lamb, me, the flesh. Even I say unto you, verily, verily, I say unto you, fools, except you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink my blood, you have no life in you. Whoso eats my flesh of the lamb of Exodus chapter 12 and drinketh my blood of the lamb that you put on your blood that's on the house of the doorpost, hath eternal life, and I will raise him up this day, the last day. For my flesh is meat indeed. Don't you see it? And my blood is drink indeed. Don't you drink it?
Oh, negative.
Oh, negative. He that eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood dwelleth in me, from Adam, Seth, and I am in him. Blood. Oh, negative. As a living God, Yahweh, my Ab, has sent me, and I live by mine Ab, Yahweh. So he that eateth me, even he shall live by me. Me. This is the bread which came down from heaven. Not as your fathers did eat manna in the wilderness and are dead. He that eateth of this bread shall live forever. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Now that I am the bread, and ye ask to give us this day our daily bread, and I am now removing the B off of the unleavened, as ye are now leavened. That now leaves ye with reed, R-E-A-D, like Barak. Now go to Jeremiah chapter 36 as we get ready to close. Because you are no longer the bread, I'm the bread. Now I take it off the B. I mean, you got the B as Beth Nusofi, Bat Nusofi. You are the sons and daughters of Yahweh.
Yes.
You have the B. Now since you are the B, without the R-E-A-D, now you got to still R-E-A-D.
Yes.
Somebody read beginning of verse 1 so we can seal this up.
Chapter 36.
Chapter 36, Jeremiah chapter 36. As it came to pass, right.
What's the verse, son?
Let's start at verse 1.
And it came to pass in the 4th year of Joachim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, that this word came unto Jeremiah from Yahweh.
You know,
saying,
this is the 4th year from 2016, right? 2016 and 4 is 2020. All right.
take thee a roll of a book
Do what?
and write therein all the words that
How-
I have
how many
spoken
words?
unto thee.
How
All
many?
the word against Israel and against Judah and against all nations from the day I spake unto thee, from the days of Josiah, even until this day.
Read on.
It may be that the house of Judah will hear all evil which I propose to do unto them,
Wow. That they what?
that they may return every man from his evil way,
That I may what?
that I might forgive their iniquity and their sin.
Read on.
Then Jeremiah called Baruch, the son
Barak, that's
of
Barak.
Barak, the son of Neriah, and Barak wrote from the mouth of Jeremiah all the words of Yudewave, which he had spoken unto him upon a roll of a book.
Read verse 5.
And Jeremiah commanded Baruch, saying, I am shut up. I cannot go into the house of the Lord.
He wasn't allowed to. That's why Barak had to do it. Therefore, what? Verse 6.
Therefore go thou and read the
And
roll.
do what?
And read in the roll which thou hast written from my mouth the words of Yudewave in the ears of the people in Yudewave's house upon the fasting day.
That's the fasting days now. Go ahead.
And also thou shalt read them in the ears of all Judah that come out of their city.
Now, you got to do what today? You got to read. The name Barak, what you thought was a name, is not a name. It's a signal, it's a sign from the Christ. It means blessed.
Yes.
That what you thought was a name, it means blessed. Reference Strong's H 1263, 1263. Now, as I close, let me tell you what you got to do, what will happen to you as a result of your reading. Let me show you the reward for all of those that start reading from this day. That's part of your daily bread. Read. You must read. The word Barak means blessed. If you read, look at your reward. I'm going to start from Matthew chapter 5. I'm going to start at verse 1. And seeing the multitudes as I'm looking, as I go up to the government of Yudewave, and now that I'm set, as you came to me, here you are. Even those who came tonight and joined us on Facebook, on social media's Facebook live stream, and now on YouTube, the recording. If you be obedient and read to others, help them. Those who cannot read, help them. Read their salvation. And here's the results as I open my mouth and teach ye, saying, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of Yudewave of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Not to forget to mention this word blessed comes from the word Barak as you read. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see Yod-Heh-Wav, even Mem Yod-Kaveh-Wav. Blessed are the peacemakers that greet one another with Shalom Aleichem and Aleichem Shalom, for they shall be called the children of Yod-Heh-Wav. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye, that men and women shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake, Mem Yod-Kaveh, because you call on Mem Yod-Kaveh's name. Stop it. Don't worry about that. My commandment to ye is to rejoice and be exceeding glad. Why? For great is your reward in heaven. For so they persecuted the prophets. They did the same way which were before you. Remember, I told you, ye are the salt of the earth. Remember I told you that?
Yes, sir.
Ye are the salt of the earth. And you are the season of that salt. I just demonstrated and I revealed on Sunday night. But if a salt have lost its savior, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and be trodden under foot of men. Praise the Lord. That's the message that you have for today. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
And as I close, I'm going to share with the whole planet on this 11th day of March 2020 at night in the East Coast of the United States, of this continent. And if you refuse to let my people go, this country right now is going to experience what Egypt went through as it came to pass in the land of Egypt that night. That Mount Ob is going to smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, this land which is spiritually being called Sodom Egypt today. I'm right back at Exodus chapter 12, and verse 12. All the land is going to be smitten of the firstborn and against all the gods of the United States. And I will execute judgment.
Yes.
I will execute judgment. Why? Because I am Memnon Kafirwafe. And the blood shall be to you for a token to the houses which ye are in. When ye see the blood, I will pass over you. And the plague shall not be upon you, so-called African Americans, to destroy you. But I smite this land that's spiritually being called Sodom Egypt from tonight. You best write it down. And remember this. For this day shall be unto you a memorial, and you shall keep it a feast of Yehovah throughout your generations, even to this day. You shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
We will not be here this coming Sunday. We will not be here. We're going to still be passing over for 8 days. We will see ye next Wednesday night at sundown. For those who joined us on social media's Facebook, I would like to take this moment and say thank you, Todai in Hebrew, for you who have joined us. And also those who watched the video on YouTube, Todai for clicking on this video and listening to the testimony that we shared with this planet again tonight. Judah, it's almost too late to say, stock up. Those days are over. It's too late. But if you want to do some last minutes, you better go. If you can get out, go to your nearest Walmart, small mart, or whatever mart you have in your city, and grab whatever you can with left on the shelves. You can forget about looking for hand sanitizer. It's over. Hand sanitizer, bleach, chlorine. But didn't I warn them and tell them?
Tissue.
Dang.
If you'd like to join us, we're going to go very briefly to editorial. You can dial in if you'd like to join us at 831-221-6177. Call in, give a comment or two, question or ask. We're going to hit some more current events. Find out what more has happened since we've been online tonight. With the NBA, PBA, NBC, or whoever else is being shut off, right? You best believe it's not going to be any baseball or football. Goodbye. Oh, and just in case you didn't know, I think it's only safe to say that your world is coming to an end. Your world is coming to an end.
Choking.
And so is this video, this live stream. Shalom Aleichem. Lala Tov.
Shalom. Praise the Lord.
Yeah. Goodbye. Goodbye.